Just a couple of quick questions about the methods that we're developing for this for my dissertation. So we've identified this idea of readiness that is tied to the drivers in terms of implementation science, and we've come up with a couple of different quantitative and qualitative research questions. The two research questions here are really focused on readiness in terms of organizational structures and also attitudes and perceptions and beliefs of stakeholders, teachers, and administrators. And the qualitative question is focused on the drivers, and this is kind of the conceptual model that we have laid out in terms of implementation science. The overall goal is to facilitate the capacity for innovation by supporting implementation. So found many different tools that can possibly be used. These on the left here in the blue is meant to indicate that they're quantitative questions. Aaron's 2004 and Lehman et al. 2004. I think actually I messed up the date, sorry. Look at characteristics of individuals in organizations. So, for example, related to a specific innovation. So, for example, how they find it appealing or how it meshes with existing requirements. The Organizational Readiness for Change Perception Survey looks at perceptions related to broader aspects of the organization. So, for example, institutional resources, overall attributes of staff, and things like that, efficacy, adaptability. So, thinking that these can be combined into a survey as part of the reconnaissance research questions. The Fix and All group have many different tools. These were four that I found in related to measuring the drivers specifically. Some of them are quantitative and some of them are qualitative, and you can see them here. And I imagine you're probably more familiar with them than I am. But these are basically what we're looking at as the tools for the reconnaissance phase. And so the questions, I guess, are kind of one: is this appropriate in terms of mixing and matching, for example, the different tools? For the driver measures, Fixin et al. and the group of researchers basically suggest or tie them with specific stages in the implementation process. But looking at the actual instruments, it doesn't kind of seem. It seems like you could use them in multiple places, and particularly for MMAR, you have basically qualitative and quantitative tools. So I'm just wondering if this kind of seems to make sense, given your expertise in this area. If not, perhaps what would maybe be the next steps. The third question or the second question, I forget which one it is, was about the choice of the innovation itself. And so we're intending to use the innovation as sort of a straw man to explore innovation capacity, right? So initially I had really focused on capstone, but it had already jumped to this, really the underlying idea of self-directed learning being the kind of focused innovation. However, considering the tools that we've seen, right, these are going to be taking in feedback from many people in the organization and kind of broader aspects of the organization. The concern is with capstone, there may not be enough people to kind of get information on. So kind of brainstorming some other possible innovations. Personalized learning is something that I think everyone in our school could connect to. The IB Middle Years program has a bunch of really innovative components. For example, globally minded education and global citizenship, skills-based education, concept-based education. We also have a big push towards supporting and leaning into the use of AI and large language models. And then also just possibly thinking about, just maybe even bigger ideas. So what I'm working through right now with Dr. Nash is identifying one of these as our kind of straw man for the study. And I guess this is important because many of these tools or instruments require the innovation to be defined and referred to. So yeah, basically these kind of questions, I listed them here. If you have any thoughts, or if it's just a thumbs up, like this is looking good, that would be great. We just wanted to check with, or I just wanted to check with you to make sure that if this is kind of on the right track. So thanks so much. Really appreciate any feedback that you have, or just any thoughts that come into your mind looking at this. Thanks. Bye.